we still cruising the streets of Funky Town, Fort Worth, Texas. Your girl, the hood where your girl came from. On my mama, on my hood. I don't know why, but it's just like every time I have to come to this area, I guess, I don't know if it's because I was the baby girl. I always think about my childhood, y'all. And I just remember just looking up to my older sisters and brothers, just thinking that they was just the shit, and I just could not wait to be grown and do the things that they did because they dressed so nice. They would go out to clubs and stuff, and that's what I wanted to do. And my brother Scales, yeah, I was raised around pimps and hoes. Yeah. Okay, so y'all, we coming to my hood. Yeah. I don't know what's the name. Okay, Bittaker. I've done a video before, y'all, about where I grew up, but it was kind of short and I was rushed. Right, this spot used to be a big old church, and they knocked it down. And I think now that the preacher was living fire. Oh yes, look, they done knocked all that down. Okay, this is the street, y'all. Berryhill. This is Berryhill Street. I think all these is new homes. My best friend lived on this street. Ooh, I don't know none of this. This is Canberra Court. This is the street where my daddy moved us to. This is where my daddy moved us to when we left the projects. And I'm scared because it's so unrecognizable. I came here before. Now I don't even. Okay, y'all. These were duplexes. This home right here. That 26-7. Oh yeah, that's. Oh my God, it looks so horrible. Oh y'all, this house. I'm telling you, I don't know what happened. It looks so small. These houses look like shit. This street. Oh my gosh. Y'all, this look nice. Oh, what happened to Davis house? That was Davis. Y'all, this right here was known as Dead Man's Curve. Oh Lord, don't let me get dead coming around. This was known as Dead Man Curve. Why? I don't know. I guess, see, you can, where you can see the freeway from this street. Y'all, there's an alley right here. It's an alley between. Is the alley blocked out? Yeah, this alley. I'm gonna come the other way. Yeah, I was riding my bike down. Why do it look so small? Ooh, shit. Y'all, this alley. I used to ride my bike down that alley. I'm gonna see if I can get. You can. This is what happened to my neighborhood. And how is these new homes in the midst of these regular assholes? Y'all, the house that I grew up in looked like a piece of box shit. I think this is the street my best friend stayed on. Because she stayed on the street Berryhill. The neighborhood was known as Berryhill. I would not want no damn house like that in the middle of this shit. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can go down this alley, y'all. Yeah. You could drive down this. Yeah. This is the alley. I don't know why it looked much big, wider when I was a child. Okay, I'm gonna see if I see my house. This was, oh my gosh. I'm so scared. I think this was our house, y'all. I don't know. Yes, this was an alley. I'm scared. Let me get up and over here. Black people still stay here. Okay, yeah, I was coming down this alley, y'all. And I was riding my bike. I was pedaling so fast. I was trying to go super fast. And that chain popped off. And my sister's boyfriend, I think they was dating, or, you know, Kitty Love. He stayed in this house. And y'all, I was driving down, and y'all see this curb right here. And the chain popped off. And that chain popped off. I couldn't stop, so I was going to bump into this curb. And then my bike would have flipped over, and I'd have been on the freeway, y'all. But my sister's boyfriend, or has Scott, childhood crush, I don't know if they was going together, but his name was JT. And he lived in that house right there. And he was in the backyard. He was taking out the trash. And y'all, that chain had popped. I was coming down that alley on my bicycle so fast. That chain had popped. And I couldn't stop. And I just saw myself popping that curve and running into the freeway. I was going to be dead. And I screamed. I said, JT, stop me. JT saw me coming down that alley so fast on my bike. Y'all, he ran out into that alley. He grabbed my bicycle. He stopped me from dying and crashing into the dead man curb and running onto the freeway, y'all. But your girl, that's I'm still here today. But I'm finna try to stay here and I'm finna get off and over him. Yes, this was my best friend. My best friend's house was right there. My child best friend was Quita. She stayed on this street, y'all. And up here was my other best friend, Robin, our childhood friend. Used to be a dope house right there. Police busted it. Yeah. All this shit. Ooh, I'm finna get off and over here, y'all. I'm finna end this up. Ooh. I don't know where I'm at. It just looks so different now. And y'all, I don't know why. What the hell street is this? I don't know. I don't think this, is this the church? I don't know. I went to a church, Greater Harvest, they done knocked it down. Greater Harvest Church in God of Christ. Ooh, they doing something to it, y'all. But, this is the church I was at, y'all, when I got pregnant at the young age of 15. I'm at this Greater Harvest, y'all. Let me end this. Okay. I just keep on talking. And my sister was in church, y'all. My mom was gonna make me have an abortion. And my sister was in that church real deep. I was going to Greater Harvest with my sister. And when they have testimony service, they ask you if you need prayer. They tell you go up to and get on the microphone, tell them what you need prayer for. Do y'all know my sister made me go up there and tell them? To ask him to let my mama let me keep my baby. So the pastor Bridger put me on the microphone. Now none of this used to be Dickie Boy's convenience store. He put me on the microphone. He said, "Daughter, what is your need?" And I said, "My mama won't let me have my baby. I want to have my baby." Y'all, he snatched that microphone. And he just said, "Lord, you know. He was like, this little girl is on this microphone talking about she want to have a baby. And y'all, back then, we was kids. We looked our age. Yes, y'all, I didn't have no business being pregnant.